Hey guys, welcome back to Beat of the Soul. I hope you're well. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe and share. So today I wanted to talk about how music moves through generations. This is something that has been on my mind a lot lately. There are plenty of ways that music can move through generations, but today I wanted to talk about it through the lens of sampling and social media. Berkeley Online has a video on their channel explaining what sampling is. In the description box, it explains that the word sample has many different meanings, depending on who you talk to. A sample could be a simple cycle of a waveform, the sound of a kick drum, or a full measure of a groove. Samples can also refer to the powerful and controversial method of extracting fully produced sections of songs and repurposing them in new works. When I talk about sampling in this video, I'll be referring to the latter definition. There are so many samples that I could talk about, but I'll just discuss a few. Adventures in the Land of Music by Dynasty was released in the 80s. Camp Lo sampled this in their song Lucini This Is It in the 90s. Angie Stone's Lover's Ghetto also sampled the song in 2004. And Tidra Moses sampled the song in 2015 on All I Ever Wanted featuring Rick Ross. Many others have sampled this song by Dynasty, whilst many artists have gone on to sample Camp Lo's Lucini This Is It. The Lady in My Life by Michael Jackson was also released in the 80s. Numerous artists have sampled this song. For example, LL Cool J sampled the song in the 90s on a track called Hey Lover featuring Boyz II Men. K Michelle sampled the song in 2012 on her track Irrelevant. In 2013, Sango sampled the song on his record Vai Vai, and Nux did the same in 2017 on a track called Vows. It's interesting because I bet if you played the instrumental of The Lady in My Life by Michael Jackson to different age groups or people with different musical interests, it would be interesting to see what song they immediately think of. So for example, if you played the instrumental, I would think of The Lady in My Life by Michael Jackson straight away, whereas another person might think of, oh, that's that LL Cool J tune, or someone else might think, oh, that's that Nux tune, and then an older person might school the younger person and be like, what? That's not Nux, let me school you, this comes from Michael Jackson. Alton Ellis' I'm Still in Love with You was released in the 60s. According to whosampled.com, this was sampled in 4 songs. Marcia covered the song in the 70s, and her version of the song was sampled by Beres Hammond in the 90s on the record Can't Stop a Man, Sean Paul and Sasha in the early 2000s on their song I'm Still in Love with You, and more. Through these songs, we can see that music and samples have moved through the 60s to the 2010s, and I'm sure that these songs will be sampled again in the future. I think this is so powerful for numerous reasons. Here's 3 reasons. Sampling is a good marketing technique, as when you use an obvious sample, it breeds familiarity. People like familiarity, and this is beneficial in the music business, as consumers are more likely to gravitate towards the song, stream it, and even buy it. This technique has worked for artists like Tory Lanez, for example. I personally don't like the way he's used samples, so I'm not the biggest fan of him, but a lot of people like his sample-heavy music. I remember when he released Love, which samples Everyone Falls in Love by Tanto Metro and Devontae. Everyone was going crazy over this tune, but I didn't like it and found it quite annoying. I think it's because I like the original song so much. That can be the downside of heavy sampling, as it can put people off and annoy people, but I feel like the technique works for the most part when you're targeting the masses. I love how sampling allows you to discover music you haven't heard before. For example, when Nux released a snippet of his Daily Duppy, I was like, ooh, I like the sound of this already. Then I started thinking this has to be a sample, so I Shazammed the snippet and I Didn't Know by Centerfold came up. I listened to the song and I loved it. When listening to music on YouTube, I love reading the comments to see what people have to say. I find that when it comes to songs that have been sampled, there's always a conversation about it in the comment section. I love when people share personal stories as well. In 2015, Nicholas Fraser went viral when he created a Vine flipping the lyrics to Too Close by Next, which was released in the 90s.
Why you always lying?
Hey, oh yes, wait a minute, Mr. Postman.
Hey, Mr. Postman.
Baby.
Oh yes, wait a minute, Mr. Postman.
Yes.
Hey,
Yeah.
These rhymes were inspired by Please Mr. Postman by the Marvelettes. The record was released in the 60s. Versace brought a lot of older tunes back to life and put the younger generation onto a lot of classics. He put me onto Patti LaBelle. TikTok has become a great platform for music. Many songs have gone viral through TikTok to the point where certain artists are now creating songs specifically for TikTok so that they go viral. Kerrington Keyes is the creator of the Something New Challenge, a dance using the song Something New by Wiz Khalifa and Ty Dolla $ign. This song samples Zapp and Roger's Computer Love, which was released in the 80s. There was also a Computer Love TikTok dance. This challenge featured 90s hit Crush on You by Lil Kim and Lil C's. At The Face Bully is the creator of the Crush on You challenge, where you create 4 different looks with the colours featured in the Crush on You music video. Ednatio17 is the creator of the Sitting Up in My Room challenge. This dance uses Brandy's 90s hit, Sitting Up in My Room. It's amazing how social media has the power to bring old tunes back to life in creative ways, educate the younger generation about classics, and provide nostalgia for older generations. It brings different generations together and sparks conversation. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share.